That night, my dad got home from work extremely exhausted, but the moment he saw me, he immediately washed his hands, applied cream, moisturizer, and sanitizer twice, and happily rushed to hug me. Dad adoringly put his hands on my cheek, but before he could do it, I took out a bottle of disinfectant and sprayed it on his hands. Wait, you missed a step? He shook his head and sighed helplessly. It couldn't be helped. That was how I protected my pearly skin. Hi, I'm Haley, 18 years old. Before I tell you my story, please like and subscribe. Ever since I was born, I was blessed with fair and smooth skin. People often said that I looked like cotton candy because of how cute I looked. But I didn't like it one bit because I dreamed of becoming a phenomenal world top model. However, I was always struggling in my career because no one knew about me. Once I was watching TV and was amazed by Winnie Harlow, a famous vitiligo skin model. To become more remarkable, I decided to have a surgical intervention to make my skin just like her. It would surely help my ambition come true. After turning my skin vitiligo, I was more protective of my skin. Furthermore, my skin hadn't recovered yet, so it had plenty of rashes and was very patchy. Wherever I went, I had to avoid the sun. I even fully covered myself from head to toe like a ninja. However, it was quite embarrassing, so I decided to wake up extra early every day so I would be the first to go to school and no one could see me. One day I went to school at 4 a.m. I entered the classroom and took off my heavy cloak. Jeez, it was so hot and suffocating. I guessed it was how the Pokémon felt when they had to stay in the Pokémon ball all day. Suddenly, I saw someone sitting in the corner of the classroom. It was Tiger, the weirdo who loved photography and always had a film camera in his hand. Did he stay there all night? Tiger suddenly held up the camera and snapped me in my most hideous form. "Don't shoot me, put down that camera!" But he shot me 3 times and laughed. "Why do you hate taking pictures? You have such special skin." I panicked and began begging him not to give that picture to anyone. He agreed, but on one condition. I had to be his photo model for 1 day. How absurd! But I had to agree to stop him from spreading those photos. When class was over, Tiger picked me up on his black motorbike. Standing next to the bike, he looked pretty cool. After I got on, he took me to an empty roller skating rink. "Go have fun. I'll take pictures of you while you play." I was afraid that my skin would be scratched while playing, so I refused him. However, he expertly pulled me close and taught me how to skate. At first, I clung to the wall with trembling hands and couldn't move. Jeez, did he bring me here to make fun of me? Suddenly, I slipped and laid on top of Tiger. We both looked at each other and my heart skipped a beat. Wow, he was even more handsome up close. I quickly let go of him and tried to hide my flushed face. After a while, I got used to the skating shoes and skated more comfortably. It was more fun than I expected. Tiger was always behind to support me and help me grow more confident. Turned out he wasn't as obnoxious as I thought. After that day, I talked to him more and we gradually became closer. When my skin was finally healed, I applied to be a model in a big company. My job was to be the backup model in case the main model couldn't show up. One day, I arrived early to support the crew but had to wait 3 hours because the main model wasn't present. The director was so impatient and dissatisfied with their unprofessional attitude that he asked me to take their place. I was confused, but since it was my lifelong dream, I accepted. After we finished the shot, the director and I were discussing when suddenly the main model appeared at the studio. It was Cindy, the hottest girl in my high school. I knew she was also a model, but I didn't expect her to be the main model in that big project. She rushed to us with a messy look. Her body reeked of alcohol. "Sorry, sir. I had a stomachache this morning, so I got here late. We can start shooting now." "Get out. You've been replaced. We have no place for irresponsibility." As the director left, Cindy got angry and yelled at me. She thought that I stole her role. What a joke. With that foul mouth and alcohol perfume of yours, you'll be replaced sooner or later. The whole studio burst into laughter, which angered Cindy even more. She swore in front of everyone that she would destroy my entire career. However, after that fateful day, I became extremely famous thanks to my unique skin. Although my company knew that I got that skin because of surgery, they still promoted that my beauty was natural. It made Cindy openly hate me, but it didn't affect me much. I thought everything was going smoothly, but one day a tragedy happened. I still vividly remember that morning. When I woke up, I saw that I got many missed calls from strangers. With a bad premonition, I went on social media. Unbelievable! There were a lot of articles talking about me having plastic surgery, about me being ugly but advertising natural beauty cosmetics. In those articles were the pictures that Tiger took of me. I didn't expect him to send those photos to the press. I went to look for Tiger in the classroom. As usual, he greeted me cheerfully, but that time I greeted him back with a slap. Tiger, I considered you a friend, but you betrayed me.
Haley, what are you talking about?
I pushed him away and ran away crying. Our friendship was officially broken. In the days that followed, I kept avoiding Tiger no matter how hard he tried to talk with me. One day when I went to the school pool to clear my head, I accidentally overheard Tiger and Cindy talking to each other there.
Sis, how dare you touch my camera without my permission? And why did you upload Haley's pictures?
Firstly, at school, don't call me sis. I don't want anyone to know that a celeb like me has a failure brother like you. Secondly, if you want our family to have money from my advertising contract, shut up and ignore this. Oh my God! Cindy and Tiger are siblings? Cindy stole my photos and sent them to the press? Tiger held up the camera and said,
Enough, Cindy. I also have full evidence of your wrongdoings. Drinking while you're underage, driving while being drunk, playing foul on your colleagues.
Cindy angrily grabbed the camera from Tiger's hand, but unfortunately, he lost his balance and fell into the pool. He was struggling because he couldn't swim, but Cindy had run away. What a jerk! I hesitated for fear that the pool water would destroy my sensitive skin, but Tiger meant more to me. I closed my eyes and jumped down the pool to help him up. When we got to the deck, he reached for his camera, but unfortunately the flooded camera was broken. There went the proof of Cindy's wrongdoings, but at least my relationship with Tiger had improved tremendously. The next morning when I went to school, I was weary because I was afraid that I would be shunned. My God, a beautiful picture of me was enlarged and hung in the main hall. In it, I was confidently skating with a sunny smile and even my patchy skin was glowing. All the students complimented on how beautiful I looked in that picture. Right after that, an article appeared with the title, Haley, the model with a strangely beautiful skin. I immediately received a positive response from the public because that picture of mine was so authentic and alive. It made them feel closer to me. I suddenly realized how stupid I was to dye my skin just to be trendy and unique among the other models, while actually, it was my own aura and natural flawed skin that made me stand out. I immediately ran to find Tiger. When I saw him in the familiar corner of the classroom, I hugged him tightly and placed a kiss on his cheek. Thank you so much for making that photo public. I'm sorry for misunderstanding you.
It's okay, because I liked that picture, so I printed it out and hung it in my room. I want everyone to realize how beautiful you are, so I decided to take it to school.
He printed my photo and left it in his room? I blushed shyly. Slowly, Tiger took my hand and gave me a kiss.
That morning, I went to class feeling super tired after a sleepless night. However, when I sat down, my chair suddenly broke, which made me fall on my butt. Ah! There were mean scribbles on my desk and everyone was whispering. That thief should get lost. How could she do that to her best friend? I got up in anger. I told you, Stefan's comment wasn't my fault. You must believe me. Without listening to a word I said, they started recording me. Immediately, my boyfriend Titus smashed their cameras and pulled me away from that mess. Hi, I'm Tiffany, a top student at Lake Mary Preparatory High School. I was also criticized as the culprit that caused the coma of Stefan, another top student and also my bestie. Are you curious to know who he is? Fasten your seatbelt, because I'm about to give you a ride in the roller coaster of my life. I'm a devoted researcher and a science enthusiast. Because of that, I had participated in numerous regional science competitions. It was where I met Stefan, a skinny but extremely talented boy, and we soon became teammates in the Olympics. From acquaintances who merely shared the same interest, we became inseparable. Since both my mom and his dad passed away because of heart disease, we both dreamed of building a portable heart failure detector. Once, when we brought our invention to a science fair, suddenly a nerdy girl riding a badass lawnmower rushed over. "Watch out, Stefan!" We fell to the sides and dropped our machine. Unfortunately, the mower ran over it before it fully stopped. Stefan hurriedly picked our invention up.
Oh no, it's broken.
"I'm sorry, let me help you guys." The girl jumped down and introduced herself as Stella, the inventor of said lawnmower. It took us forever, but in the end, we successfully fixed the detector. Turns out, Stella was also a mechanical engineer and scientific researcher, so fixing machines was nothing new to her. Impressed, we invited her to join our project of building an ultimate heart failure detector, and thankfully, she agreed. Coincidentally, the three of us were in the same high school. By that time, I had fallen for a gorgeous boy named Titus, and we started dating, although Stefan didn't like him. Once, Titus came to see me while Stefan and I were doing research. Curious, he touched the heart failure detector, which triggered Stefan and was roughly pushed away.
Don't touch it. Incompetent idiot like you will ruin it. Seriously, Tiffany, I don't get why you like him. Don't insult me.
As I tried to stop Titus from punching my best friend, Stefan sneered and left. Because of their tension, I often avoided letting them near each other. However, it was only the beginning of the storm. One day, Stefan and Stella suddenly had a big argument. Stella shouted loudly, "You're too stubborn! We'll go nowhere if you keep insisting on doing it your way!"
If you don't like it, just leave.
"Come on, guys!" Furiously, Stella yanked my hand away, dropped the machine on the ground, and left. From then on, it was just me and Stefan completing the machine when Stella no longer spoke to us. After a month, we finally finished it. Stefan hugged me tightly, but oddly, I could feel that he didn't want to let go.
Tiffany, I like you.
What? Startled, I pushed him away and exclaimed that I only considered him a good friend. Stefan was upset, and I quickly ran out of the room. The next morning, while brushing my teeth, I checked my phone and saw a new tweet from Stefan.
You won't believe who tried to steal my lifelong invention. It's...
What? I quickly checked my email only to find that our joint email password was changed. Shoot, what's happening? Suddenly Titus called me.
I got bad news.
He said that Stefan was found unconscious in the classroom and was brought into the ER in a state of deep coma. Oh god, was it because I turned him down? But then why would our invention be stolen? I ran as fast as I could to school to see my boyfriend. With trembling voice, I told him, "Titus, nothing makes sense. Someone must have heard him and stolen the heart failure detector."
And then changed your password too? Who could it be?
Worse, I was Stefan's teammate, so naturally, I became the prime suspect and was criticized unreasonably. My life went down a spiral and only Titus stayed by my side. To clear my name and claim justice for Stefan, I must find out who was the real culprit. A few days later, Titus told me that he had found a clue. While taking physics class, he saw Stella logging in Stefan's email. Not to mention, recently, she just won an Oxford scholarship for submitting a new invention. Right! I just remembered that Stella also had access to our joint email. Seemed like it was time to expose that snake. That day, both Titus and I quietly waited for Stella in the library. We watched her eat a sandwich from the canteen and got a stomachache right after. Duh, I put antibiotics in it. Stella painfully grabbed her stomach and ran as fast as she could to the restroom. Little did she know, she was walking right into my trap. I quickly called Titus. "Have you got it? She's almost done."
No, stall her.
Damn it, she was about to leave. Not giving up easily, I grabbed one of her shoes. "Who's that? Give me back my shoe!" "Titus, hurry up! Give it back!" Just as she was about to open the door, I threw the shoe back towards her. Stella immediately put it on and quickly ran out to catch the unknown thief, but there was nobody around. Phew, luckily I escaped in time. However, I caught something abnormal. As Stella turned pale, she bit her nails and whispered to herself, "No, ghosts don't exist. It can't be Stefan, he's in a coma." By this time, I was dead sure she was involved in this drama. Later, I met Titus again. He had successfully stolen Stella's phone.
Look, it's full of Stefan's physics formulas.
Without a doubt, the culprit must be her. I must find a way to trick her into confessing. One evening, I seized my chance when Stella had to stay late at school to decorate for a school event. She was walking with a stack of documents when I scared her by dressing in black and moving like a shadow right past her. She was so frightened that she shut her eyes and prayed, "Amen, amen." Suddenly from above, the heart failure detector fell right in front of her. Stella let out a terrified scream and stepped back in panic. Still dressed in black, I jumped out and blocked her way, which made her scream even louder and burst into tears. I'm sorry for not helping you, Stefan. Please don't hurt me. I was stunned. What did you say? It turns out that the night Stefan fainted, Stella was near there. She recalled hearing his voice and it seemed like he was in a fight.
I'm going to let this whole school know, you thief! Give it back!
And then I heard the phone hit the ground and be trampled. I wanted to check on him, but because I was still angry, I decided it was none of my business and left. When Stella burst into tears of regret, I hugged her. I'm sorry for misunderstanding you, Stella, and for taking your phone too. Here it is. Huh? That's not mine. Then she took out a phone that was identical to the one I was holding. What? But Titus said it was her phone. Something dawned on me. How did he know our joint email password was changed? How did he recognize the physical formula that Stefan did? Could it be... The next morning, while Titus wasn't at home, I lied that I forgot my stuff at his house to ask to come inside. When I saw his laptop, I quickly opened it. To my horror, he was indeed the one who changed our email password and stole our invention. Suddenly, Titus returned.
Tiffany?
Titus, why did you do this? The thief is not Stella, it's you! Titus fell to his knees and took my hand in desperation.
I'm sorry, I did it out of love. I just don't want you to be with that arrogant, smug Stefan all the time.
As the truth unfolded, I learned that when Titus changed our joint email password to ruin our collaboration, Stefan caught him. Scared of being exposed, Titus quickly snatched Stefan's phone to destroy the evidence, but accidentally knocked Stefan out. After that, he immediately left for fear of being discovered. Disgusted, I yanked my crazy boyfriend's hands away and growled. I'll never forgive someone who's willing to hurt my friends and destroy my dream. Then I gave Titus a big slap and broke up with him on spot. After that day, Stella constantly visited Stefan and finally made up with him. Titus realized his mistake and came to apologize to him too. As for me, my name was cleared and everything went back on track now.